Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here and welcome to Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age. For those of you guys out there that are Final Fantasy fans, then it's likely been a while since you've played 12, unless of course you've gone back for nostalgic reasons, but assuming for a second that you haven't, then 2006 is when the game first came out. That is 11 years ago. In the event you never played this, then 12 also brought with it some pretty drastic changes to the core formula that people came to associate with Final Fantasy. It removed random encounters, and it also introduced the Active Dimension Battle System, or the ADB, where you were able to control your character and move them around in battle, while simultaneously managing your party thanks to the rather in-depth Gambit system. Now fast forward to 2017, and we arrive at Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age, an HD remaster of the Japanese-only International Zodiac Job System, and is set to release next week, July 11th. However, last week I had the chance to visit Square Enix's London offices to go hands-on with the game for a good few hours. I had a chance to play the very beginning of the game, plus jump considerably further forward and check out some of the late game dungeons and boss fights. So in this video, I just want to go over what's new in the Zodiac Age edition, some of the enhancements you can expect to see as part of this remaster, and ultimately give you guys a chance to look at some gameplay. It's also worth noting there will be no spoilers in this video, no cutscenes, no notable boss fights or anything like that. Just some snippets from the beginning of the game, the tutorial phase essentially, and some late game dungeony bits, so it's safe to watch. Of course, if you do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated. And be sure to comment down below and let me know if you guys are looking forward to this, and also let me know if you guys played the original or whether you're going to be using Zodiac Age as your first chance to jump in. Now to begin with, let's start with some of the top level improvements. It is an HD remaster, so obviously there are some nice visual upgrades. Textures, character models, and all the cutscenes have been fully remastered in higher definition. There is also a fully reorchestrated soundtrack. However, for the old school fans out there is still the option in the menu to have the original soundtrack, should you wish. Plus, you can then pick between English and Japanese voices. There's also 7.1 surround sound, and since we're on PS4, full trophy support. However, that is just the beginning. When we dive into the game itself, there is a lot more to talk about. First up, the Zodiac Job System. In this new version, there is a whole new layer of strategy and customization. In the original, there was one license board for all party members, which ultimately ended up in a considerable degree of overlap. But in this new one, there are 12 license boards, one for each of the different jobs. You are then free to pick what character takes on what job, and what's more, you are not bound to just the one. Each character can now have 2 different jobs. You'll unlock this a little bit later on the first board, but once you do, you'll then be free to level these up independently and swap them on the fly before a battle based on the encounter you're about to face, which is pretty handy, especially when you get to a late game and you really need to start thinking about your team synergy and your strategy, everything like that. On top of that, there is a newly introduced speed mode. Now this is more for those of you guys that say played the original and are going to be replaying this one, but by simply tapping L1 you can then enter a faster movement speed to zip around towns, maps, and even speed up battles. Now of course, if you're experiencing the game for the first time, I highly recommend walking around at normal pace and taking in the sights, but if you were, say, grinding some levels, then this is a surefire way to make things a little bit quicker, or 2 to 4 times quicker, should I say. Furthermore, there is the introduction of what they are calling the Smooth Guide system, the option to bring up the map as an overlay on screen by clicking L3. This just allows you to keep moving whilst working out where you're supposed to be going, as opposed to having to, bring up the menu, look at the map, try and orient yourself, and then, go back and repeat the process. And on top of that, there is the all-new Trial Mode. This allows you to take your characters that you've been leveling in the main game and fight through a total of 100 stages. Of course, in order to conquer this, you will need to think very carefully about your strategy and your team synergy, and this is one of those situations where good use of gambits will come in especially handy. Now for those of you guys that are perhaps new to the game, the Gambit system, since I've mentioned it twice now, is a really in-depth means to control the way that the characters you are not in direct control of behave. Instead of them doing whatever they please and invariably not what you need, you're able to program what they do under a varying degree of conditions. Things like, if I'm below X% health, then do this. If characters are being attacked, then do this. If I'm poisoned, use an antidote on me. If the boss is weak, use this move, etc. You can see a quick sample of some of them on screen. They can get pretty in-depth, and if you really configure these well, then your team will run like a well-oiled machine. But that, my friends, is just a very quick recap of some of the changes and enhancements you can expect to see in Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age. I'm personally super looking forward to this one. I played some of 12 back when it first came out, but I never actually got around to finishing it, so this is a great opportunity for me to jump back in. Again, let me know what you guys think down below. I appreciate everyone has their favourites when it comes to Final Fantasy, but it'd be great to hear what you guys think. But for the time being, I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit more gameplay, but thank you very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.
I got it!